Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Last we left off, we just kind of started the game, Watched the opening cutscene, did our character creation, just kind of cleared out the tutorial area, the things betwixt, kind of like the little limbo between the outside world and Limgrave. Not Limgrave, wrong game. Drangelic. Yeah, this is the land of Drangelic. Yeah, you can see the big castle in the background. But that's basically all we did. Talked to the little firekeepers back at Things Betwixt. Talked to Millibeth. Took on the ogre. Lighted all the little sconces and the Things Betwixt. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, gathered up some items here. A dagger, amber. That's just some stuff. Basically used a dollar torch, but we can get some more anyway. But yeah, that's basically all we did. Just started the game, Things Betwixt. Made our way here to Majula. Yep. And between episodes, I didn't do anything. Yeah, I just kind of did nothing. There's not much to do anyway, because we haven't gone anywhere. And today we'll just be doing Majula. Yeah, there's quite a number of people to talk to. Quite a number of things to gather before we go anywhere. Yeah. So, very important place. A lot of talking, a lot of gathering. And so, that'll probably this episode is just going to be that. So, yeah. Alright. Shall we just get started? I think we'll just get started, right? Alright, so where do you want to start? Let's just start back out here, back on the way in, because I kind of skipped over a number of things on our way in. I think it's, where is it, over here? Yeah, it's right here. Divine Blessing. Should be the same from the other game. Fully restored HP, cure all effects. Holy water endowed with a divine blessing. Water blessed by an ancient goddess. Her name is long forgotten, and the Magic Academy of Melfia denies even her existence. In an age, there are those who refuse to see reason. It is their meddling that distorts the truth. Yep. They even denies her existence, even though we know she existed. So, long forgotten. Just like how far in the future are we from Dark Souls 1 is the question. So, yeah, let's just say a long time has passed, so through here there aren't any enemies, just a path. And here we come upon our first NPC buddy. What's up, man? You got a nice looking sword there.
Have you business with me? The way yonder's all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above. Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now.
Alright. Hold on. Sorry about this. That a little bit. Alright, so try that again, Bjorn.
See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real-life person was turned to stone, do you?
Why, that's exactly what happened.
See that statue? Hey.
Alright. Definitely make sure to talk to all your NPCs, exhaust their dialogues, because progressing NPCs in this game is finicky. You gotta find the NPCs, exhaust their dialogue, then you have to summon them for a boss fight, and they have to survive the boss fight. That's the only way to progress their quest. It is very tedious, especially this guy. He doesn't have a lot of boss fights involving him. So, yeah, the hard part's going to be keeping them alive during the boss fight, because bosses do, again, gain health and a little bit of damage and defense as you summon, so... But here's our first little NPC, Bjorn. I think it's Bjorn, but... Gems, Home, or Bone. I would not recommend going in there. Can't really see it, but there are little doors up top. You can see one to our, just to the left of our helmet there. Yeah. And up there as well, so... It is an ambush. If you try to open the door over there, you'll get ambushed by some, I think the game calls them like goblins or something like that. They're very tough for our current strength, so I wouldn't mess with that building just yet. So just come up here for the life gems and homeward bones and chit chat with Bjorn, and on our way back. I think we have a little drop down we have to do. Where is it? It's over here. I think it's this right here. It's right here. Okay. Yep. There's a little drop down. And over here, another drop down. Behind us, Morning Star and the Cleric's Sacred Chime. Yep. And we can wield it. Nice. It's an upgrade to our broken sword. Does a little bit of bleeding. Yep. I'm not quite sure. Strength of impact disrupting opponent's poise. That's poise damage and counter strength. Inflicted on attacking enemies. So if we get a counter hit. Oh, wow. We actually. This game has. Okay. Unless it's, you know, like critical damage they might be talking about, but I don't know. It seems kind of odd to have counter damage on a strength strike weapon. Unless it includes attack of opportunities, like if you hit someone out of their roll, or if they get them in a backstep or a sprinting animation, something like that. That might apply to that as well. So, Morningstar it is. Yeah, I don't have anything yet. Clearly intended to draw blood, yep. We also got a chime. Most clerics receive this as their first sacred chime for miracles and hexes. Yep. To use miracles equipped to a sacred chime, blah blah blah. Most miracles is affected by caster's faith. However, spells, catalyst and chimes and talismans and all that, they don't have a magic adjust. But they do have lightning and dark, like for this chime, it's lightning and dark damage. So depending on the spell you use, like if you use Lightning Spear, it'll be adjusted based on the chime's lightning attack. If you use like Hex, it'll be the dark. So if you're going to use a lot of Lightning Spears, if you're going to use like Lightning Spear and all that stuff, try to boost your lightning damage on your chimes and talismans. And if you're going to use magic, you know, you boost your magic on your catalyst and whatnot. So, yep. But it needs 10 faith to use. We don't have enough anyway, so sad for me. Here's another item. Binoculars. You can actually use the binoculars to aim spells, surprisingly. There it is. It's also considered a weapon. Binoculars are used to peer at distant sights, equipped in place of a weapon to use. A rare tool crafted in Volgan. These won't help you in battle, but with a little creativity, they can be put to good use. You have binoculars in one hand, catalyst in another. You can actually free aim spells. So there's that use right there. Just come over here and drop back down. And again, I'm sorry for my poor explanation because I'm not really good with words, so I'm sorry. Alright. So with those gathered, let's go over here and talk to our, the Emerald Herald. Shanalot is her name. What's up, my girl? Some of you Night Rain players might recognize that outfit. This is where she gets it from.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
And our Estus flask.
Go on and see the king. He who made Drangelic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
You may level up by the power of the Emerald Herald. Yep. We can't level up at bonfires in Dark Souls 2. We actually have to come to her to level us up. So similar to in Demon Souls and Dark Souls 3.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid.
I wouldn't say that. People have done it, so...
Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away.
Seek the four lords, I guess. Similar to Dark Souls, gotta get the four lord souls.
Bearer of the curse. Seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Bear, seek lest. So we can level up with her, we can upgrade our flask with her. This requires Estus shards we don't have just yet. So let's just talk.
Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it?
Well, guess we'll find out.
Those who come to Drangelic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future.
We ain't gotta be crestfallen. No, sir.
That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom. Provided you find her on a good day.
That'd be lovely Shaquar. We'll meet her here eventually. Or shortly, hopefully.
The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time.
Alright.
For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead.
Anything else?
If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden.
She has a lot to say. A lot to say.
Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight at whatever.
Alright.
Those who... It happens that, although perhaps...
Alright, so she's repeating herself, which is good. So that's all she has to say for now. So, level up with her. We turn in Estus shards with her to upgrade our flask. So, this is kind of like the little hub area, similar to Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls. NPCs will show up here over the course of the game if we progress our quest lines far enough. Alright. So Blue Knight at the base of this little tower. Broken. Crestfallen. Is that you, good sir?
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drangelic these days, there are very few places like that.
Yep. Almost like normal in a place so chaotic like Drangelic.
I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody.
Oh, this man's definitely broken.
Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really.
Oh, Sultan, don't be all despair on me now. We don't want that kind of talk around here.
There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have.
No, it does not frighten me at all. I've seen some pretty crappy soul stuff. Can't scare me.
Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
All right. He offers a covenant, Wave the Blue. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's similar to the Way of the White. I think it's designed more for co-op, but we'll join. And by joining, you get the blue seal, a ring.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace.
Anything else, Salden?
Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time.
No thanks. We go under a gesture. Welcome. Yeah, he's the Covenant guy for the blue... Way of the Blue, or Path of the Blue.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the Forest of the Giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back.
We'll come back, don't worry.
Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate. In the cathedral, the Apostles of Blue gather. But the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works, I just don't know.
My guess is a key. But, anything else?
Have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth? I don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there. Not without a ladder of some sort.
Oh, we'll go, don't worry. And I think it's just listing off all the paths we can take right now.
The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us.
Heals us undead.
Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went.
They went to the Things Betwixt, because there's 3 of them in there. But, according to Millibeth, they're all over the place, scattered to the winds.
Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Drangelic, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams, the messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen.
Well, I'm playing offline, so those little messages aren't going to show up, so... Oh well.
You may notice symbols that appear upon the ground. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summon signatures to call upon spirits to help you.
Yep, and he's talking about the co-op mechanic there. Again, I'm offline, so the only summon signs we'll see are NPCs.
Do you see the way beyond? There was one you met, but
right.
don't.
I think he's just repeating now.
Hade's Tower in the. But
Yeah, okay.
But have it.
We're good.
May you find peace on your journey.
Well, he has a lot of stuff. They all have a lot of stuff to say. Jeez. Examine. 0 deaths worldwide. If you're online, this would be everybody, like all the players online combined. But since we're offline, it just going to shows our death. So, no, that's for us. The other side has some words too, but are warned beyond recognition. Yep. Alright. Picked up another ring. Yep. The Covenant ring for Apostles of Blue. Yep. Ring of the Way of Blue Covenant. Increases health slightly. The Way of the Blue is not a developed religion. It is a humble prayer that spread naturally amongst those seeking help. When apostles of blue are invaded by dark spirits, they can receive assistance from masters of other worlds. Yep. I think as long as you're in the Covenant of the Blue, a blue sentinel will come in and help you if you ever get invaded. So that's a very good item to have early on. It does provide a little bit of health, not a lot. Is that 24? Yeah, about 24. It's like 2% or something like that. It's not a lot, but something's better than nothing, I'll say that. Alright. Our next fella we're going to talk to is Lenigrast, or Lenigrast. There's an item over here. Soul and some life gems we'll take. Lenigrast, what's up?
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door.
Yep. I don't think it's going to have anything to say until we open the door, so...
I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
Chop chop.
I'm a blacksmith. Bring me...
Alright, that's what I was going to say until we open the door, so... We get the key in the forest from another NPC merchant, so... It's going to be a little bit before we open that door. Go up this way. Yeah, we spotted this earlier when we talked to Salden. Yep, there's a little... it's another little covenant up here. There's also a couple homeward bones. This is the Covenant of Champions. This, I would not recommend doing this, at least not early on. It does a few things. One, it increases enemies' health, damage, and defenses. So it makes enemies tougher. I think like it's about 20% across the board for all enemies, including bosses. The other thing is that it removes despawn limits. Yep. Right now, enemies in the world have, I think it's 12. They'll respawn up to 12 times. After that, they won't respawn again. It's kind of Dark Souls 2's way of kind of keeping you from farming soul levels early on. But if you're in the Covenant of Champions, that limit is removed, so the enemies will keep respawning. But again, they're going to be tougher, so... I will make use of this Covenant just to gather like items from enemies, just so they'll keep respawning and they'll eventually drop what I want. Mainly for weapons and armors. So I will make use of this Covenant. But if it does, also some enemies will also drop an item called an Allstone. An Allstone is what you use to upgrade the rank in the Covenant here. I think you need 50 Allstones, I think. I'm pretty sure it's 50. If you get 50 Allstones, you offer to this little obelisk here, you'll get a ring. It's a don't quite remember what it's called, but it's a special ring that if you equip it, you can actually power stance your fists, and it increases their damage by like 200. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting little ring. But again, it requires 50 Allstones, and it's going to take a while to get without some I won't say farming methods, but so yeah, Company of Champions, do not recommend doing it right now, but I will make use of it. So all right, so over here, we'll go in the house first. Otherwise, we might get a weird dialogue option. This is it. This is the ancient being that the Emerald Herald was talking about in the ruins here.
Oh, undead, are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
Sweet Sharqua. Yep. Yep, she's our like little covenant person, so we can abandon covenants, form covenants again. We can buy some items. Some very, very good rings in here. Yep. Ring of the Evil Eye. Again, restore HP. A modest but inexplicably disturbing ring. Absorbs HP for each enemy defeated. Peer too closely at the rare stone that forms the eye of this ring, and things that writhe and stir may come into focus. Yeah. We might pick it up. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll definitely gonna need this one eventually. Yeah. Pitting a leaping feline. It reduces damage from falling. Legend has it that when cats grow old, a force brews within them, and they are reborn as something new. Something like this Miss Shalqua here. Red Eye Ring. A cursed ring depicting a demon eye becomes easier to be detected by enemies. It's kind of like the, what's it called? Shabriri's Woe from Elden Ring. It just basically makes you a higher priority target. It also makes enemies aggro further, so be very careful when you use this. If it is tranquility that you seek, then you should never have left your house or home. If you seek strife, and then fair enough, but no need to overdo it. Yeah. Pretty good in co-op settings where one player can have this on, take the aggro off other players and all that stuff. So, yeah. Name engraved ring. Special ring that can be engraved with the name of a god. Becomes easier to connect to worlds of players who chose the same god. There are countless vestiges of long-lost gods in the ruins of Drangelic, or perhaps they are the very same gods as ours, only known by different names. Yep. It's kind of like the password system in the future titles. Yep. And the Ring of Whispers. A ring worn by Roy the Explorer. Hear the inner voices of surrounding foes. Useful for locating hidden enemies, and perhaps for a few other things as well. Yep. We're definitely going to need this one eventually, because we need it to talk to another NPC, so we're definitely going to have to pick it up. There's some Holborn Bones, some Prism Stones, Luring Skulls, Lloyd's Talismans. Yep. Bonfires burn on the bones of undead, and this bone, belonging to one whose journey was cut short, has the power to travel to bonfires, as if it yearns to resume its futile quests. Yep. Stone is not nothing special, but if you feel you may lose your way, you can serve as a path marker. Smashing it releases traces of souls which attract nearby foes. Does not work on all enemies, but can prove useful in unexpected ways. Yep. And Lloyd's Talismans, yep. It is said that the Cleric Knights use these talismans to hunt down accursed undead. Cleric Knights fight with pride, and by blocking the recovery of undead, they can also fight with impunity. So, some very good items here she has. We'll definitely try to buy them. But, alright, Shalqua, we got anything to say?
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful?
Indeed.
This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused.
Well,
are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake. No one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself. For you have a most pleasant scent that grows nicer with each passing day.
She's saying I smell nice. Yeah. Yeah, the old one's been around so long, no one knows who they are anymore. Definitely been around for a long time.
Have you made friends with the man by the sea? He's lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know?
Yes, what do a cat know besides eat, sleep, and beg for pets? But yeah, she's just talking about Salden by the little pillar thing.
Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it Victor's Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not.
Yeah, she was referencing the Covenant of Champions we were just at. The Victor's Stone.
This place is all... everything will... isn't it?
Alright.
Nothing suited you, I presume? Well, that's dismaying.
Yeah, I don't have any souls to spare, Shalquar, so we have to come back when we have money to spend. But our budget's going to be pretty tight early on, that's for sure. Another life gem. Yep. Very far down, you'll most likely die with this amount of health, just getting to that little first drop down. There are 3 little pigs over here. They are hostile, and they are a pain. They're actually very strong. Yeah. They're very low to the ground, they're very difficult to hit. They hit pretty hard, and they got a lot of health. Well, yeah, you can see, very hard to hit. I wonder how far they'll go. I think the aggro range is pretty far. Yeah, it's pretty far, so we're going to rest at the bonfire real quick just to reset them. As you see, they have a lot of defense, quite a number of health. Not worth fighting at this point. You can fight them. If you do manage to despawn them, the next time you rest, bigger pigs will spawn. And you rinse and repeat, and a big pig will spawn. And he'll eventually drop some cracked red-eye orbs, and that's about it. They don't give a lot of souls, they're pretty difficult to kill, and it's not really worth it. So, I mean, I will despawn them eventually, just to kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about, but... We have a little stone here. Give it a good old knock, and... That's his flash shard, yep. The shard of an Estus flask. Shards are deeply soaked in Estus. Yep. Graft the shard to an Estus flask, increase the flask usage. Over the ages, countless souls rested their bones as they drank from the original flask. And now the shard remains, serving as a vestige of their hopes and dreams. Yep. This adds lightning to our weapon. Yep. This should be locked. Yeah, we'll eventually get the key for that. And over here we have, I think it's Moldrin?
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
Molin, the armorer, yep. As his name suggests, he sells shields and armors. Yep. Starting armor. This is our starting armor. This is our infantry armor. This is the starting armor for the knights. Got some shields. Yep. Falconer. Helmet worn by Vulcan falconers. Domestic falconer soldiers are infamously timid, so it is no wonder that this fierce band of mercenaries falconers was hired to compensate. In practice, they serve as bodyguards for the affluent elites, and they serve well, such that nobody dares scrutinize their backgrounds. Yep. Twin Dragon Great Shield, Silver Kite Shield. Alright. Alright, Molin, however you want to pronounce it. What you got for us?
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really.
Well, I got good news for you. If we spend 1,500 souls with Molin, he'll actually upgrade his stock. He'll have new armors and new shields. And then if you give him, I think, 15,000 worth of items from him, he'll actually upgrade his stock again with new armors and such. And I think at that point he'll also offer boss armors. I think he starts offering boss armors at 1,500 when he spent. Well, if you spend 1,500, he'll also start offering boss armors. 15,000 for some of the later game armors. So definitely come back and buy things from him just to get the full offerings. So I will buy 1,500 worth here in a moment. I just gotta finish talking.
A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash.
So, Blue Sentinels are from Volgan, huh?
Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here?
We won't know why. Alright, so.
Well,
Yeah, see us again, alright. Before we buy anything from him, let's go up the ladder. There should be a timeout chart up here. Timeout chart number 2. So if we haven't gotten the one from Pickle Pea and Pumperum, no. Pickle Pea. No, Pickle Pea and Pumperum is from Dark Souls 3. I don't even know what the guys are in the nest are called. But, oh. I forgot. We're going to use one of these. Yeah.
well, thank you for coming back. Do take a look at my wares.
Alright, so we're going to buy something worth 1,500. So, okay, we'll get the kite shield. I was comparing the little resistances on the side there. Yeah, over here. These ones, physical negation, magic negation, fire, lightning, dark, poison, bleed, petrify, curse, stability. Yeah, the usual. The bigger these numbers, the better. So we bought 1,500 with them. Next time we rest at a bonfire, he'll improve his stock.
Oh. Thanks very much. And do please come again.
Okay. Sure, why not? Oh, I think, yeah, even your shield's negations get boosted. It's the blue next to the, over here. The blue number's there. So, having, stat requirements for the shields, having the better scaling for those shields, the better. So, we'll rest. Back to Molin real quick, just to show you that his stock did improve, at least it should. Yep. Now he's up on the stool instead of the ground, which means this indicates that his stock improved. So we spent enough to do that.
Oh, I was hoping that you would come. I've stocked some new things, and I thought that you might be interested. They've been selling rather well, and I may step up operations soon. I'm surprising even myself, to be honest.
All right. Yep. And now he has a lot more armors available. The Elite Knight armor. Brad and steel is used widely in Drangelic. This fine alloy is made from ores mined in the Southern Kingdom, making it an old-time favorite of elite knights. Yep. So we have Elite Knight, and we have Royal Soldier. Yep. Royal Drangelic Soldier armor. We will eventually get we'll eventually meet enemies that drop the I'll say the old versions of these, the degraded version, the rusted version, but these are the pristine version, the good one. So we have quite a number of things to buy from him eventually.
Did I mention before that, well, I'm not from these parts? I was on a journey and somehow ended up here. The desolation here was disenchanting at first, but over time, things started to turn my way. Yeah, I've got a good few regulars now. They're all strangely desperate and quite willing to pay a premium. Sadly, some of them never come back, but I try not to think about it.
I've had some regulars. Some of them don't come back. I try not to think about it.
Have you seen that warrior lugging that giant blue sword about? I'm no expert, but that appears to be a fine specimen. The monstrous thing has a peculiar design, quite unlike anything found in Volgan. If you should speak to him, would you ask him if he won't sell it? I'd have to take another look, but I'm confident I could offer quite a price.
I don't think he's going to sell it. No.
I considered returning to my homeland, but I've decided to stay a while longer. I've started to turn a handsome profit now, and I can't bear to give it up.
Nope, you're the only armorer around, so you have a monopoly.
I considered returning. I've started to...
Alright, so that's everything
Always
for
open
now.
for business.
Alright, that's it for him for now. He does wear a unique armor set. I think it's the Fedora set, or I don't quite know how you pronounce it, but I'm just going to call it the Fedora set. Yeah, you can kill him. He'll drop a set for you. The whole set does provide additional souls gain per enemy on enemy kill. So if you want to maximize your soul gains, kill him. Get his armor, wear it. But I don't like killing NPCs, so he's gonna live. So he can stay. He can stay. All right. One last thing to do is to turn in our Estus Flask Shard, and I'll call an episode. One episode dedicated to just talking to people in Majula.
Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
Alright. Upgrade flask. Flask of strengthening. It should just increase the amount of uses. So we have us. So increase the uses by 1. Alright.
That tiny thing, an ancient, she provide.
Alright. Alright. Actually, let's get the flask on our hotbar. And I think we're good. Alright. We'll rest. Alright. Now we have 2 uses of Estus Flask. Actually, did we check it out? Green glass bottle of unknown make, fill with Estus at bonfire and drink from it to restore HP. Nature of the link between the Estus flask and the bonfires that illuminates the world of the undead is entirely unknown. But that is of little concern, for any undead knows the value of these precious flasks. Alright. And, with that, I'm just gonna call an episode right here. Yep. All we did was just talk to the NPCs in Majula. Just kind of explored around, gathered items, talked to NPCs. Yep. Went back up there, grabbed, I think, the Divine Blessing. Went through the little tunnel there, talked to, I'm pretty sure his name is Bior. Yeah, it's also his dialogue. Talked about the statue blocking the way. That's not a statue. But the main purpose was to gather 3 life gems and 3 Homer bones right next to him. So we gathered those, came back, dropped it down the ledge over there, where we gathered the Morning Star and a Sacred Chime, as well as the binoculars. So we popped that up here, talked to the Emerald Herald, talked to Salden, where we joined the Way of the Blue, or the Path of the Blue. Yep, got a ring that boosts health by like a little bit. Then we talked to, gathered a, I think it was another Homeward Bone, or a life gem over there. Talked to Lenegrast, he wants us to open the door. Saw the Victory Stone, or the Covenant of Champions. There's like 5 Homeward Bones up there. Gathered a life gem over there. Talked to Sweet Chalqua. And we grabbed an Estus shard from the well. Talked to Mullen. Bought the kite shields from him to upgrade his stock. And grabbed the Titanite shard from his little storage area. And that was it. That was it. That's all we did. Yeah, people have a lot to talk about in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, but yeah, that's all we did. Majula. And next episode, we'll actually start going on adventures. Yep, through this little tunnel right here. First stop, Forest of the Fallen Giants. Yep, definitely recommend going there first. It is the lowest scaling area in the game. You could go that way through the Hades Tower of Flame first if you want. You could go down to the pit into the gutter if you want, although you probably most likely die from fall damage first. But it is possible. So, but no, we'll go through the Forest of the Fallen Giants first. And I'm not quite sure how far we'll get. It is a pretty, I wouldn't say expansive area, but there's a lot to it. But yeah, that's the plan. First stop, Forest of Giants. But again, that'll be for another episode. And I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.